Hi, I'm Darcy Ziegler and I teach reading to kids that have dyslexia. So I am a dyslexia therapist and I am just here to talk to you and just have a little conversation with you about reading and things that affect reading every Thursday morning. So if you are interested in that, please be sure to subscribe, click the little like button. And today what we're going to talk about is audiobooks. I want to talk about audiobooks. I love audiobooks and I just want to talk about them with you. First of all, let's talk about what audiobooks do not do. They do not teach your kid how to read. If your kid already knows how to read but you want to work on fluency, then I think audiobooks could be helpful, because your kid, what you can do is have your child read the book themselves and then listen to the audiobook and then read it again. That would be a really great thing to do for fluency. And because with fluency you should read and read lots of times. And a lot of times when you listen to the audiobook, you will learn the cadence and the phraseology and all of that stuff, and you'll be able to understand it a lot better and you'll be able to read it a lot better. So that's a great idea if you're working on fluency. But if you're just working on actual learning how to read, audiobooks are not going to teach that to you. You need explicit, systematic instruction, and that is sequential and that gives you time to slowly practice it on your own. Okay, now we've covered the limitations of audiobooks as far as teaching reading. And now I want to talk about why I do love audiobooks. What are the things that you can gain through audiobooks? And that is knowledge. The main thing is knowledge. You will learn stuff when you listen to audiobooks. Of course, obviously you'll learn whatever the book is about. Whatever subject it's about, you can learn all kinds of things through books, everything in the world. And so, of course, parents, you better, I always recommend that all books that kids are reading are approved by the parents before they just read them, because nowadays it's kind of scary, the things that you can learn on audiobooks. but yeah, you can learn so many things, and not only just the subject that's in the book, but also new vocabulary and just the complex sentence structure that the English language has. When we talk and have speak to one another, we do not use as high of vocabulary levels or the complex sentence structures. We don't do that when we talk. So books are way more complex than just spoken language. So of course you want to, the more conversation you can have, the better. But even if you are a highly educated family and you have great conversations around your dinner table, it's unlikely that you will use as many, high complex sentence structures or the vocabulary that you will encounter in a book. Books just are like that, and that's why listening to them helps your child to get way more academic language skills than they would gain if they were just having conversations. So that is one of the reasons why I really encourage audiobooks for people. And besides, it's just fun and interesting. And it's almost like listening, it's like watching a movie. It can be kind of like watching a movie, except you're not watching anything. You're listening. So your imagination has to work a little more than it would have to work in a movie. So I think it's better for our imaginations. It's like working your imagination muscle a little more than watching a movie would be. But it's I think it's fun like watching a movie, and you can be doing it while you're, listening to an audiobook while you're doing all kinds of other things. Like cleaning or cooking or doing the dishes, or driving, all those things. So let's talk about where's the best places to get audiobooks to listen to. Now, I think number one best place to get an audiobook is to you as the parent, you can read aloud to your child. That's the very best audiobook there is. And if you have a young one, they can snuggle up with you on your lap, and that's just such an important and wonderful time that you can have together. But if they're a little bit older or they don't want to sit on your lap, then they can be, drawing and coloring or playing with Legos quietly while they're listening to you. And, that is just a great way to spend your evening. So I very much encourage that. If you want to find an app, though, that will play the audiobook aloud to you, that's a great idea too. And that way, as the parent, you can also color and draw and play with Legos along with your kid as you're listening to the book. Or you can play it while you're driving, of course. So there's lots of apps. I mean, there are at least 5 that I know of where you can get audiobooks. But I'm going to tell you about one in particular because it's free. It has free audiobooks, and that is called Hoopla. Hoopla is really actually from the library, and so you can download it on your, just get the app on your phone, and then you can borrow books from your library. You actually are borrowing it, so you get it for like 2 weeks. It downloads to your phone. You can listen to it for the next 2 weeks, and then it automatically disappears off your phone. So that is a free way to listen to audiobooks, and the audiobooks are read by real people. There's several other free apps, but sometimes they are only older books, which is not a bad thing. They can be classics and stuff, and sometimes they're read by artificial intelligence, and I don't like that as well personally. But I just wanted to let you know about Hoopla today, and encourage you to listen to audiobooks, not just to have your child listen to audiobooks, but you listen to them too, and listen to them together. There are all kinds of books that you will enjoy as well as your child, and don't be afraid that the audiobook is at too high of a level for your child. If your child let your child do things while they're listening, so they don't make them sit still with their hands folded and listen. Let them draw or color or play with their Legos or magnets or whatever they're playing with, and they will have a great time. And then they are you'd be surprised how much stuff they can pick up. Don't be worried that this audio book is for adults or something. I mean, obviously, yeah, as long as they're busy doing something, don't be worried that the story is too complex for them. Children are really smart, and it won't be too hard for them. But just listen to some good books with your child. And by the way, if you're interested in getting some recommendations of great books to listen to or to read with your child, every Friday I do a book recommendation on my Instagram channel. So you might want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and I recommend a book every Friday that you could listen to. Well, not all of them are audiobooks, but yeah, some kind of a book every Friday. So, okay, make sure to click the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.